Hello and welcome back to the Handy Outdoorsman. Today we're back up at the property and we're going to be working on an elevated hunting blind. So I put the food plot in 2 years ago, doing decent, still have some work to do on that, but I wanted to put in a platform where I can hunt from both in archery as well as during gun season. So I decided to go ahead and build a platform. So today, like I said a moment ago, I have all of the parts to build the platform. I've got some plywood, I've got some brackets to secure the 2x6s, some miscellaneous bolts and lag screws, and as well as I am using these brackets that are made for such an application as this, as an elevated hunting blind. You can make swing sets with them, you can do different platforms, so it's multi-purpose. But these are really secure as far as they're welded. They got places where you can bolt to your lumber as well as bolt to your 4x4, so it should make it a very solid structure. And you can go out on YouTube and there's tons and tons of videos of people using these, so I figured it seems to be working pretty well for them, so I'll do the same. All right, so I'll bring you along today, and again, we're just going to build this platform. We're going to make it as solid as we possibly can because I want to be able to have 2 hunters in the gun blind, and I want it to be solid. All right, so let's go ahead and get started building the platform. All right, we've got our frame built, and so it's 8 feet by 8 feet. It's large. I understand that for a hunting platform, but I've got some ideas of making this really safe and again, for 2 people to hunt out of this comfortably. So everything is done here. The boards are cut. It's we put in these joist hangers all the way around, so that's solid, and then we just got it squared. So it's perfectly squared, and now we're just going to take our plywood and put it on top. All right, we've got all 4 of our brackets secured, and they're all bolted on. So there's 6 bolts per bracket. Okay. So again, as a refresher, I've got 2 lag bolts, and the other 4 are bolts themselves. So what we need to do now is take these 4x4s and then put them into these brackets and secure them with lag bolts. So let's do that. Alright guys, I've got the bracing on. So there's bracing that crisscross on all four sides. And then I do have a little bit of a gap here, but I think that'll be just fine. I don't need to brace that gap because I've got 2x4s going all the way around. So the platform is built. Now the reason I'm leaving it like this is I plan on dragging this around the corner here, and I'm actually going to be putting it on the other side of this tree line that you see. So that's going to be the next step, is getting this in position, and then when we do, I will just tip this over so that one set of legs is on the ground before I try and raise it. Alright, so let me go ahead and drag this into position.
One thing to keep in mind when using these brackets is you need to pull them and lift them in a certain direction. The brackets come with holes where you can hook up a chain, as I have here, or a rope, but when you pull on this, you need to pull in the direction of your 2x6, and that's because the bolts and the brackets are going with the board. Otherwise, it's going to pull, if you pull in the opposite direction, it's going to pull the bracket and the 2x6 away from the other material, and it could easily break. So again, key note is not to pull against the bracket and outside, but with the 2x6 where there's more strength.
All right, we're ready to put this on its side. So I've got a chain on both sides of the platform, and then it comes up to a shackle. I then have a rope that comes over, and it's hooked up to a block and tackle. This block and tackle then goes up into this tree where I have another block, and then from here I have it coming over to the tractor, and I'm going to drive down the 2-track trail. Wish me luck. So what I've done here is taken a 3-foot piece of rebar, and I pounded it into the ground more than halfway. And then I took some straps and strapped this 2x4 onto it so that when I go to pull this up, it will stop here and hopefully slide down on it so that I'm not just dragging it when I lift it up. So I'm going to go do the other side with this rod.
All right, guys, here it is, the money shot. So this is why I put the platform here. I can overlook the food plot here. And then this gun blind, it was on the property when we purchased it, but that thing is it's horrible. It's horrible to shoot out of. So I'll take that down here next couple of weeks. But there are no major trees that I can climb over here or put a tree stand in. They're all just pretty thin trees. And so originally I was going to put my tree stand over here, but they're using this as a staging area back here since I put the food plot in, and there's a major trail that just comes right out here. And so I'd probably be busted 9 times out of 10 because it's right on top of where they're kind of staging before they come into the food plot. So that's why I picked this spot. It's not level. I'll need to bring back some patio bricks and put them under 2 of the legs to kind of even out the levelness of it. And then I've got to build a ladder. I didn't want to build a ladder until I had it in place and I knew exactly how this was going to work out, but that shouldn't be a big deal. And I'll be back up next weekend. So there'll be a part 2 to this. I need to secure it with some cables anchored into the ground. I need to make the ladder. I need to level it. So there's a few bits and pieces. But as far as the major work done, that's all done. So I'm pretty pleased with it. All right, as always, I appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next video, take care and God bless.